On this episode of Bothering the Band, we have Grammy-winning musician Buick Audra. Not only is her name super cool, but she's super cool. We discuss a multitude of things from skateboarding, punk rock. We even name the place where you keep recycled plastic bags. I don't know, just give us a listen. This is a great episode. Buick Audra.
Hi, I'm Buick.
Hey, Buick. My name is Ryan. This is my amazingly talented producer, Abby.
Hi, Abby and Ryan.
What's going on?
Not much. Thanks for having me.
Well, thanks for doing this. So I have to start off by saying your name popped up in like a press release we get. And my sister's name is Audra. So I was like,
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And so I went down a little rabbit hole and just started jamming out to her music, and then reached out to your people, and I was like, let's make it happen.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks for finding me.
Of course. I also must say that my first car was a Buick. My sister's name is Audra. It's Kismet.
It's all coming together.
Yes.
I have never had a Buick, and it's my actual given name.
I was going to ask.
Mm-hmm.
I have to say, I'm scouring my brain here. I think it's the coolest fucking name I've ever heard.
Thank you. I will tell my mom that you said that. She's who named me. And it was a big choice. You know, she comes from like an Irish Catholic family where everyone's name is like Jane and Ellen and Jane Ellen and, you know, kind of more. And she named her firstborn kid Buick, and it was a big deal.
What's your mom's name?
Jane Catherine.
Jane Catherine.
And her mother was Jane Ellen. You know what I mean? I'm not kidding around.
Oh, that's amazing. So how are you doing today?
I'm really well. How about you?
I'm doing well, doing great. Okay, first super dumb question. Aliens land on Earth and they ask you to recommend some music to get a grasp of human existence. What do you recommend? What's your go-to?
A grasp of human existence?
Yeah.
Wow, right in it. I don't Stevie Wonder?
Ooh, good one. I approve.
I feel like he covers like spirituality, politics, the human experience. I don't know.
Yeah, that's great. We had someone say Kid Rock once. I'm just kidding.
I live in Nashville, so that's close to the bone for Nashvillians.
Does he still? Didn't he have a restaurant there that like was in the news?
Oh, all the time it's in the news. Yeah, he has a terrible place called Kid Rock's. It's called like Honky Tonk Badonkadonk, I think, but nobody calls it that. You know what I mean? We just call it Kid Rock's place.
Yeah.
It's like a bar venue. Yeah.
Have you eaten there?
No. No, it's like in the Times Square of Nashville, you know, where people who live here don't go down there.
Its official name is Kid Rock's Big Ass Honky Tonk Rock and Roll Steakhouse.
Oh, it's not Badonkadonk. Okay. I think there might be a billboard though that has the Badonkadonk. You know, like I feel like I've seen that attached to it somewhere.
If there's not a billboard, that's very disappointing.
I agree.
Like they should have one.
Yeah, I think so. I think there is one.
I think for some reason it's very juvenile, but I think the repetitive use of badonkadonk is real funny.
It's insane. Yeah. It's insane.
Okay, so we talked about your name. What do they write on your Starbucks cup? Do they ever mess it up?
Like, oh yes, but I want to say that the people at Starbucks are so wonderful. But yeah, I get Beauty, I get Felix, I get Bridget, you know, any word with a B, often Brick. Brick is a common one. Felix, like more than 10 times. I guess just, 2 syllables, some vowels.
Felix.
Yeah. Yeah, Felix is common.
Beauty's not so bad. We had a guest on that he repeatedly got bread. His name was Brett, and people would write bread. So
it's interesting because it's like that's when people call me Brick. I'm like, that seems more feasible to you than Buick.
yeah,
Brick. I don't know.
Yeah.
And bread is also like, I've never met a person named Bread. I'm not ruling it out, but you know what I mean? Like,
It's my friend Bread. My friend Brick. Okay, yeah. You touched on the Times Square of Nashville. Yeah. Have you been to a bachelorette party in Nashville?
No, I've never been to a bachelorette party anywhere, but certainly not in Nashville. But it's like our chief import. And it's a big deal here.
We've come to know this.
Yeah, it's intense.
That a lot of wooing.
We don't love it.
Pedal bike bars.
Pedal taverns.
Yes.
Pedal taverns and lots of like women walking around with banners, wearing banners,
Pedal tavern sounds too nice.
Yeah, I think that's what they call them here.
That sounds like a cyclist like bar in like France.
It is. I know, but it's really like something from the Keys that they've transported to here is what it really is. It's like a moving tiki loud radio situation.
Oh, and I just can't imagine working at those things night in and night out, man.
I don't understand how it works. It seems like it should be illegal. It seems really dangerous, personally. But.
Yes, for instance, I don't want to name names, but I have someone in my family who got a DUI while riding a bicycle.
Right.
So
that's like a 15-person bicycle.
Different states, different laws. This was in Florida, so I don't know, but like in New Orleans, you can drink and drive pretty much. Like people in your car can be boozing it up.
I know, it's wild. And you can drink outside.
Yeah. Pretty. It's fun. I don't know. What kind of car do you drive?
A Honda Fit. It's not exciting. Cool. It's not exciting, but it's good for solo touring. You can fit a lot of stuff in there. So.
Oh man, we need to get you sponsored by Buick.
I know, but Buick of now, I'm actually not sure it's still a company, but Buick of now is not Buick like the cool old ones with the fins and the ones that were like a city block long. Those were cool.
Yeah. My first car, Buick LeSabre, it had a vinyl top and I waxed it. I didn't even wash the car, but I waxed the vinyl top.
Wow.
Yeah. I love that car. It was a tank. Who is your best friend?
Who is my best friend?
Yeah.
Wow, that's such a heavy question. I guess, what I should say is my partner and bandmate. I'm also in a metal band called Friendship Commanders.
Oh, I know. We do our research.
So I guess Jerry is my best friend.
Okay.
But it's funny because I have written like multiple songs about this subject. Best friendship is like a big subject for me.
Yeah. You'll notice that some of our questions, while they seem random, are tailored.
Are not.
Yes, they are tailored to the interviewee. Who was the last person you had a long conversation with?
Levi Fuller, who was the bassist in my first band. Great dude. He lives in Seattle now.
Shout out to Levi. He's a big listener.
Awesome.
I just made that up. What have you?
True.
He is now. What have you failed at today?
Oh, I failed at having a good attitude about work, and I really thought I was going to do it, but I don't have a good attitude today about it.
Well, then that makes literally three of us. Right before you came on, we were having it out about work. We're like, oh, damn,
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. Have your jobs been greatly impacted by pandemic stuff? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, mine is I write for a living, so I get to do this now more.
That's
So
awesome.
that's fun. Yeah, I get to bother my favorite musicians, you
Yeah.
know,
That's cool. I love it.
very lucky. I have to point out Abby, she's wearing overalls.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're very big fans of
Is that
overalls.
okay? Yeah, me too.
Oh, huge fan.
I'm gonna let Abby ask this question. She knows exactly what I'm talking about.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
Oh, peeing in overalls.
Unreal.
So hard.
Yeah, these are also like a little bit oversized. So when if I'm traveling and I have to pee in a gas station bathroom, I have to take the top part down and then I have to sort of scoop up the rest so it doesn't like drape onto the floor of the. Yeah, it's not.
You know, like hold it or tuck it in somehow, like wrap it. Like sometimes it wraps around.
It's intense. Yeah, but I love them and I wear them as often as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I'm so bummed. I was wearing overalls yesterday. I wish I would have felt it in the universe to wear them today. Oh man, perfect segue for this dumb question. Have you ever eaten anything in the bathroom? And that's literally on this.
In my bathroom or a bathroom?
Any bathroom.
Yeah. Yep.
Well,
I know that probably makes me a savage, but yes.
Well, you got to tell us what and whose where bathroom.
I feel like I'm answering in a vague, non-specific way because I'm a person that carries my oatmeal around the house in the morning. So I've probably just carried it into the bathroom.
Fair enough.
When I'm like putting makeup on and stuff.
Yeah. What would you do if you were wearing overalls, having to go to the bathroom while eating oatmeal?
No. No.
No.
The oatmeal has to go somewhere else.
As you can see, we are hard hitting
This is intense journalism.
Journal. We have integrity.
Right. Human interest.
Yes.
Right. Thank God.
What makes your hands sweat?
Oh, playing live. I have terrible stage fright.
Really, still?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my whole life, like terrible stage fright.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's fascinating and also very I don't know, just that's crazy. I bet you no one knows that.
Well, I talk about it somewhat openly, but yeah, when I was first playing in bands and stuff, and it would be so bad that I would be like almost throwing up before every show, people would be like, it'll pass. Once you play, like everyone would have a different metric, right? Once you play 15 shows, like it'll, or whatever. And it's just been my whole life. It's terrible. Yeah.
Do you find that makes you sharper or better or like?
It depends on the situation and how bad it is. But I actually find that if I'm more tired, like if I have slept poorly the night before, it lessens it a little bit and then I perform better. Like fatigue is actually helpful for me in that context.
I'm so happy you say that because I do a lot of like public speaking for various things, but I have said this to friends who are musicians and comedians and that I love being tired. Like if I would rather be tired like that day I have to get up and talk.
Yep. Yeah, if I'm really well rested, then my whole nervous system is like firing too much. So yeah, it helps to be tired for me.
Yeah, that's very interesting. I've never heard anyone else say that. That's kind of cool. But again, as a music fan, it's fascinating, and I think super cool to get to know someone that like, and that you're actually nervous to get up there, and I think that makes you give a better show. You want it so bad.
Yeah. And I really care. Like I really care about performing well for people and for myself, but obviously for other people. But yeah, it's been hard. And certainly post-pandemic, because I didn't perform live. We did Friendship Commanders maybe did like 5 or 6 live streams over the course of 18 months, but that's a little different, of course, because you're not seeing the audience. But yeah, our first show back was about 6 weeks ago. And it was like, I had to do like 3 yoga practices the day of our show. No joke, just to get my body to regulate itself.
Were you in town or did you go was it out of town?
Yeah, we played a Nashville show in August.
Oh, okay, cool. Um, how active are you in the morning? These are really written. You're just like giving me
We're
layups here.
doing it.
Yeah. How active are you in the mornings?
In the mornings,
Yeah.
very. I'm a morning person.
Oh, cool. Do you have a ritual or anything that you do? Like, what's your mornings like?
Yeah, well, since COVID, it's been a little bit different, of course, because I'm not running out of the house first thing in the morning all the time.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'm giving you lots of heavy stuff here. I don't know why, but I have PTSD. So I get up and I do like body stuff every morning. I do yoga every morning so that I can like enter my system.
That's great. I felt it. That's why I put that question. Abby, what's your mornings like?
Wake up, stretch, coffee, get dressed, leave.
Yeah. Coffee too here for sure.
Yeah. How do you take your coffee?
Little bit of soy milk, a little bit of sugar.
Okay. All right.
You?
I'm one Splenda and a little bit of half and half.
Splenda. You really have to know how to administer that. Too much of that, and it's like,
I hold half the pouch,
yep.
so only half can get in,
Wow.
and then I blow on it like that.
Just for
Just for luck.
good luck. Yep.
Yes.
Mhm.
For no cancer luck. So where do you keep your Grammy?
I have two, and they're in a
Brag.
they're in a well, they're for the same thing.
I
They
know.
came in like so mine aren't statues. Mine
Mhm.
are, I don't know what you would call them, documents, like things you're supposed to have framed,
Yeah.
that say like in big flowery font. And they came in a folder and they're still in there.
Oh, we gotta frame them.
I know.
We got a little gallery going in the back there. Pop them right there.
I know. I just don't. It's not my vibe.
Fair enough. You're like, I got 2 Grammys. I don't even care.
No, I do, but yeah, I don't frame stuff like that. Isn't that odd?
Fair enough. We talked to someone about framing like college degrees, and we all agreed we don't do that either. So
No, I'll frame like some weird old postcard from a thrift store on the road. You know what I mean? Just because I like the image, but not the Grammys.
Yeah.
Not the certificates.
Can't
That's what
see-
they are. They're
I framed
certificates.
this art from my sister right here.
Yeah,
So,
right. I have
yeah.
a framed picture of my deceased cat over there with some
Okay.
flowers. Priorities. But
Love it.
the Grammys are like 3 feet away from me, like between my file cabinet and the wall, with a bunch of like show posters and
Okay.
flat stuff.
Yeah, you're sentimental. Just don't throw them up. You don't need to. Can you skip stones on lakes or rivers or any body of water?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I grew up going to the North Woods of Wisconsin every summer of my childhood. And my brother and I learned how to do it on Pelican Lake. It's really fun, really satisfying.
Yes. When you get a good one.
Yeah, and it jumps like 4 or 5 times. It's thrilling. It does take a couple warm-up passes though, I think, if I haven't done it.
Oh, of course. And then when everyone's looking, it goes right in the drink. You just missed like 3 good ones. Have you ever run over an animal?
God, no, but I live in fear of it.
Okay.
We have skunks in our neighborhood in Nashville. We have like 15 cats that don't maybe belong to anybody. We have deer. So I really am afraid of it.
Have you ever helped an animal cross a road, like a turtle or something?
No, but I've stopped the car like at least 10 times because I've seen dogs running around that have maybe been dropped off of, by somebody else. I'm very worried about animal safety.
Yeah, I get it. How many cats is too many cats?
Steve Albini says 3. 3 plus is too many. And
Okay.
I think he's right. And he always has 3. I think more than 2, the dynamic does get weird. when friends of mine that have 3, like one of them always gets sort of like beat up by the other 2.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know.
What's the last heavy thing you lifted or moved?
Oh man, a big box of vinyl mailer cardboard things. You know what I'm talking about? They come flat, but you have to buy them by the million.
Yeah. Okay. The Smiths or Morrissey?
Oh man, these days neither, but I was hugely influenced by the Smiths growing up, but now it seems like Morrissey's just turned into a loon and he's behaving poorly and I don't appreciate it. but
Yeah.
but I was a huge fan of the Smiths growing up.
I should have worn my Smiths shirt with my overalls.
I know. See, next time we meet, we're all gonna have our looks together.
Yeah. Really plan it out.
I have a good old Queen is Dead shirt. That's somewhere. Yeah.
What's the tattoo on your arm?
It says my name. Oh, which
okay.
one? I have a few, but this one says my name.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Cool. Abby just got some cool new tattoos.
Yeah, I love the ones that I'm seeing out of like the front of the halter here.
I just got those last week. Thank you.
Is it a sun and a
It's,
moon?
Yeah.
Cool. That placement is so beautiful.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
That work is great.
Super cool.
Okay. While carrying groceries, do you attempt to do it all in one trip or do you make multiple trips?
I attempt to do it all in one trip.
Okay. And does that work out for you?
No. Not usually. But it's, I used to live in Brooklyn, and in Brooklyn, I didn't drive. And so you just had to haul everything around. And you just schlep stuff when you live in New York. And
Yeah.
I'm still the kind of person that buys like one apple because I used to live in New York. Not a bag of apples, one.
Yeah, I know that game. I still buy like whatever food I'm making for the evening.
Yeah. One roll of toilet paper.
For real.
Same.
I also read you lived in Miami as
I'm
well.
from Miami. Yeah.
Oh, that's wild. So I'm in South Florida right now.
Cool.
Very far from Miami, but still South Florida nonetheless. Have you ever rollerbladed in Miami?
No, but I've roller skated in Miami.
Can you skate backwards?
Oh yeah.
Can you skate forward and then turn back and like keep going?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
By kind of spinning. So different than, it's not like a kickflip in skateboarding. You kind of pivot. I grew up skating too.
Yeah.
But never rollerblading. I'm afraid of stuff in line. Like I tried ice skating a couple times as a kid.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't know how to do it.
No, I don't understand.
I
that
need
at all.
4 4 wheels per situation.
I don't understand the roller skating or rollerblading because I need to go sideways. I'm so used to skateboarding.
You're a skater. Yeah.
Yeah. Even paddleboarding, the few times I've been paddleboarding, you're like, everyone's like, you got to go forward. I'm like, I can't do it. I have to turn this way.
Yeah. I hear you. Are you regular footed or goofy?
I'm goofy.
I'm regular.
Oh, yeah?
Abby,
Cool.
do you skate on any wheels or blades?
Pretty much all of the ones you mentioned, minus the rollerblades.
Yeah, the
I don't like
blades.
that.
I don't
Like that.
It's hard
either.
on the ankles, that only having the one line of stuff.
Mhm.
If you look at like children doing it, their ankles are always like tilted.
Yeah.
They're like bow-legged in.
Yeah. Doesn't look good.
No, it's very awkward. When's the last time you went skateboarding?
I don't know. Probably in Boston, probably like 10 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Long time, but I have a cool, you can't see it. I have a cool Alien Workshop deck on my wall in this room because it's a Keith Haring edition.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
It's really cool. Yeah.
I wonder what he would. There's a lot of like Keith Haring, like shirts and like designer stuff popping up. I wonder what he would think of that shit. Same with Basquiat. Like,
he would hate it because he was like not a capitalist about his work.
Yeah.
He thought the work should just be like accessible, and he'd be like, draw on your own shirt. I think.
yeah,
That's
no,
what Haring would have been.
I totally agree. Coach, the designer Coach shit is capitalizing all over Basquiat.
Yeah,
I was gonna say that popped up in my like
not a fan.
Instagram news feed the other day, and I didn't realize it was Coach at first. And I like opened it, and so disappointing.
And it's like $1 million.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's all the money in the world.
Mm-hmm.
It's more money, like the one, like all that shit, like the jacket and stuff is like more money than he had. Like,
Oh, by a huge margin. Yeah.
yeah.
If you ever see a picture of me playing in my band, I always have this Keith Haring patch on my guitar straps of the angel, but I bought them at the actual pop shop before it closed when I lived in New York. You know, the Keith Haring shop that Warhol helped him open.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Yeah, they shouldn't have closed that.
No. I have to admit, though, there are some Chuck Taylor Basquiat's out there with the dinosaur and the crown, and they're only $70, and I really want those.
Not $1 million. Yeah, well, you can get them. I mean, any Chuck Taylors are about $70.
Yeah. But I do as an artist feel like disrespect. Like I'm like, man, he would make fun of me for this.
He would be like, draw on your own stuff.
Yeah.
Like that. I feel like both of those dudes as like graffiti and street artists would have just been like, just decorate your own shit.
Your own stuff.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that now. Yeah, for real. Do you save plastic bags?
Yes.
Where do you put them?
Well, I use them for cat litter,
Okay.
which is probably illegal because it's not recycling, but I don't know what else you're supposed to do with clay cat litter. You have to scoop it.
Take it down to the river? I don't know. I don't know.
New solutions. But yeah.
So so you do save plastic bags, you use them. Where do you store them?
In a little like a little garbage bin.
Okay. This is just a challenge. We should have a name for that bin that is specific for recycled plastic bags. And what would you call it?
Monty.
Monty. Fuck yes. I circled that note.
Good.
If you're listening and if there's not already a name for this stupid idea, it is now forever called the Monty. Put it in the Monty. So if you're somewhere with like someone you don't like, usually you don't know their habits, you'll be like, do you save plastic bags? You're putting away like groceries.
Right.
Where's your Monty? And they're gonna be like, what?
Yeah, just act like they should know. Like it's a household terminology. Yeah.
Well, that's how we get it out there, is we pretend everyone's for not.
We play the hipster game.
Yes.
Oh, you don't already know about that.
You don't already know this?
Isn't that how hipsterism works? I mean,
I guess. Yeah, you're right. Oh, you don't know what a Monty is? Ugh. When's the last time you went boogie boarding?
I don't know that I've ever been boogie boarding. Is that bodyboarding? Is that like the little short?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been surfing a bunch, but I don't know that I've ever been boogie boarding or bodyboarding.
No. Okay.
Sorry.
No. How dare you?
Interview over.
I know, that was it.
Click.
F.
No, we hit some brick walls, but we got Monty out of this.
We did get Monty. And we're the better for it, gang.
Yeah. That's all of our next tattoos.
It is.
I guess is an opinion question. Do you think people said as much in the 1800s as they do now?
No.
Do you think they said something different as nervous filler or anything like that?
It's a good question. I think they probably also had nervous filler, but I think it was more elegant. Like, like say, or perhaps. These are English speaking people that I'm addressing, I guess. I feel like I should also like dial that in.
two things. One, I have to address the fact that you said that was a good question because it's not a good question at all.
Well, I'm in your world now, so I'm just meeting you where you are.
Fair enough.
I know. I think it depends on what continent we're addressing, but
Yeah. My instinct was America, but like
I immediately went to England. I was like, in the 1800s, everyone was in England. So that lets you know how I'm doing.
That's another good question is when I say 1800,
Where is it?
Geographically, where does your mind go?
Where does it land? Yeah.
I picture like powdered wigs and like the
Guess
red
what
coat.
though? I think that still happens in England in court. Don't the barristers still rock those like really intense? They do, right? Am I on my own?
No, they do.
Do they do the
Totally.
ones with like the shit, like the long ones?
I feel like I've seen insane photos of like the sort of rolled top heavy
Hair.
ones. Yeah, where there's like a row of rolls or curls. I don't know what we're calling them.
Cornrows.
And they just like sit on top of the person's regular hair. It's not supposed to,
Like that.
like, we're not pretending that it's the hair.
Yeah.
It's wild. Are you looking it up, Abby?
Definitely.
Abby looks really dialed in.
That's the producer's job is to look up powdered wigs.
I think that still happens in certain parliamentary situations. I do.
Oh, it won't let me put a photo in there.
No.
But
In
yes,
the
it does.
chat?
And they're very like tight rolled, a bunch of
Yeah.
them. No,
But
it's
you can
this one.
see their hair underneath, right?
Well, not in this photo that I'm looking at.
Are you looking at a man?
Yeah.
Because I think the female barristers have to rock them too.
Well, I just in the Google box is showing mostly men, of course.
Of course. This is our world.
They're
And the page.
literally, I'm on like page 4. They're all still men. Oh, but here is one where you can see his hair underneath, and that's hilarious.
It's
It starts,
wild.
like it's here and then in the back.
Right. It's like a raccoon hat, but it's
Oh.
a wig.
There's a woman. Yeah, she has to do it too.
It's wild.
Okay. The important
Okay.
thing is, can we buy them?
Oh, of course you can.
Yeah.
Can we buy them right now?
Just
On this
just
Friday
read
night.
just read us your credit card number. And
They're all on their way.
Actually, I had to get a new debit card because someone was using it somewhere else.
Really?
Yeah.
You got a notification from your bank?
Yeah. Bank of America sent me a text and said, were you on? It was BADAZZ Films.
Wow.
Badass Films, of course. I looked it up and you could guess what that is.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
It's Luke Skywalker's film company. No, I'm just kidding. It's not
Yes.
Luke's, but I'm from Miami. Sorry.
That's funny. What would you put on your ideal bumper sticker? Corny bumper sticker. I left out the word corny.
I know. I was about to get heavy with you. I was like, let me get feminist.
Take your bags in your Monty.
Oh my God. Would Monty be the reference? I guess that's how we spread the word, you know?
No, you can do whatever you want. I was just making a callback, dumb joke.
Corny bumper sticker. I don't know.
I
mean,
can play
what do you-
music 5 days a week and only work 4.
That's what you would have?
I don't know how many days are
You
in a
wouldn't
week?
have Too Legit to Quit with the number 2. I think I'm going with that.
you're gonna like
Yeah, right. Yeah. Mhm.
It would just be Calvin peeing on some car.
You know, I haven't seen one of those in a long time. And those used to be like the most, like you would see them all the time on the road. Now it's been a minute.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that here where I am on a lot of really big, loud, obnoxious trucks.
Wait, where are you?
I'm in Wyoming.
Oh, you're in Wyoming and I'm in
Mhm.
Nashville. We're having a really continental
Mhm, mhm.
experience here.
No, I've never seen the fuck it thing. We have Salt Life. That's that.
Oh, yes. Uh-huh.
That's here too somehow.
We have a lot of the the Christian fish with
Oh.
the, which like I didn't even know what that meant until like probably 10 years ago.
Yeah, I didn't know what that was for a really long time.
Forever. Yeah, most of my life I didn't know what that was. But I
I
see that a
honestly
lot.
still don't get it. Like, why is it a fish?
I don't know, but it's definitely a Christian reference, but I'm not.
Yeah.
But
I
then
know.
there's the Darwin one too. Have you seen that?
The legs.
It's got the little feet on it.
I don't think so.
It's the same fish and it's got like little feet, and it may or may not have like a fin or something, but like
This is their
That's their-
Monty. That's
that's
how
their clap
they're
back.
Trojan horsing it in to culture. That's how they're doing it.
Abby, please, we got to write a note. We got to make stickers and send it to her that just like have a plastic bag and says like, use your Monty or something like that. I'm writing it down too.
It's important that we all take notes on this set of
Mhm.
Yes.
choices
taking
together. Yeah.
Oh man. What movie do you think you've seen the most?
Spotlight.
Spotlight, really? With like Ruffalo and
Yeah, and I'll tell you why. I lived in Boston when that happened. Like I
Yeah.
lived when that news actually was published in the Boston Globe, and it was an incredible cultural moment.
Mhm.
And I just think it's a great film too. But yeah, I've seen it a bunch. And I am when it first was around and like able to be watched all the time, I would just have it on. You ever do that with films? Like you're just living your life, but there's a film on in one of the rooms.
all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen Spotlight.
That's I would have never guessed that movie though. That's a heavy film.
Yeah, I love investigative journalism, first of all.
Mhm.
And I love stories where groups of people were brave enough to take on systems that are like unable to be taken on. So like the abuses of the Catholic Church is like,
Yeah.
I mean, you know, an institution. It's insane. And the fact that those 4 people, 5 really, if you're counting their supervisor, took that on is wild. Like, and they made a dent, you know,
Oh, absolutely.
huge dent.
Of course. We need to add that to our movie night. I haven't seen that in a while. That's a good movie.
It's a good one. It's good for cold weather months.
Yeah. It's good for days after you've been complaining about work all day.
It is. What's your what movie have you seen the most?
Me, probably Back to the Future or Jurassic Park.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I've seen Jurassic Park a lot of times too, but because my mom had it on all the time.
I think everyone has seen Shawshank a lot. That's just always on somewhere.
But have you read that story, the actual novella in different seasons?
I never have.
That collection of 4 stories. Have you read it, Abby?
Mhm.
That book is fantastic. That's like one of my favorite collections or pieces of writing by King ever.
What's the name of the collection?
Different seasons.
Oh,
And
okay.
it's really called Rita Hayworth and the Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah.
But 3 of those books were made into films. And then the 4th one never was, but it's great too. It's called The Breathing Method. And it's actually set in New York City in is it the 50s, Abby, I want to say, which is odd for King, like, especially in that generation of his work.
I read recently his On Writing.
Yeah, it's
and
great.
That is outstanding.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh man, he is a crazy person, and I
Yeah.
loved every second. He's very much a human with a lot of problems, and you love it.
I know. It's so
And I think-
helpful.
Yeah, I definitely gravitate toward it because you want to know that you're these people that are larger than life, like musicians that you see on stages. You want to know if they save like grocery bags and stuff like that. So
I
that's why I
know.
do this. Doing the Lord's work.
You are.
Oh man. So what's next for Buick Audra?
I'm playing my first full band Nashville show in 8 years under my own name. So I've just come back to my solo work for the first time in a bunch of years. I've been doing Friendship Commanders in the interim, and now I'm doing both. So I'm playing in a week, opening for this guy, Will Hogue, who's great. I don't know if you know Will's work, but he's an awesome Nashville musician. And then Friendship Commanders have some music coming out in November, and then we're touring in November. So switching back and forth between the projects.
That's super cool. I envy that you live in such a cool music town.
Yeah.
We talked to a lot of Nashville people. Allie Dunn, we just talked to. She's
Nice.
coming up. Cool. And are you writing or recording, doing anything like that? New music or?
Under my own name,
Yeah.
the Buick Audra stuff. So
Mhm.
I released 3 singles this year, and the next batch of stuff will actually be on a full-length album. Those 3 singles are not on the record.
Yeah.
So I have a record coming out next year called Conversations with My Other Voice.
Ooh, that's an awesome name.
Thank you. And it is pretty literal. Like I recorded 5 songs from my previous chapter of making solo work. And then I wrote 5 songs in response to them as the person I am now. Then it goes back and forth between those 2.
Oh,
Wow.
wow. That's
That's an amazing concept.
Thank you. Thanks. So it's like, it kind of acts like a memoir in songs, going between the 2 perspectives.
Oh, that's fascinating. I can't wait. I can't thank you enough for doing this. This is your moment. Tell everybody where to find your stuff.
So my name is Buick Audra, and that name is the weirdest name ever. You can find it everywhere. BuickAudra. Yeah. And my metal band is called Friendship Commanders. And that's also a weird set of words together. So you can find us, and yeah, look for us on the road. It's interesting to be playing shows in what is still a pandemic right now,
Yes,
so
very much so. Buick Audra on Instagram, one word. We got it right here. Is that you, Young? Who is that?
Yeah, that's me. So today, and it is the day that Inner Ear Studio is closing in Arlington, Virginia. It's closing its
no.
doors after 3 decades of making awesome records that we all own and love. And my first band made a record there. And so that's a picture of me and my first band with Jay Robbins. You'll see him hiding behind the guitar neck because he made our record.
He's hiding between the 2 guitar necks.
Yeah, so that's Don Zantara's guitar that I played on that record.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, super cool. And so I wrote an essay about making that record at Inner Ear, and just shared that and a bunch of other photos yesterday because it was, it's momentous for that studio to close for independent music and, DC hardcore and post-hardcore. And
Yeah.
I was hugely influenced by that culture when I was growing up.
Oh, you're talking to two lifelong punk rockers.
Same. Yeah, same. And growing up in Miami, it was really hard to access that stuff and like have proximity to it because Miami is the middle of the ocean and I couldn't see live music. And, so like going up there and making a record as a really young person was a huge deal. And as a woman, because a lot of the records I grew up listening to out of that scene were by men. And so it felt important, and it felt significant to me to be a woman, like marking my spot in that world. It still feels significant to me to be a woman that takes up space in like largely male oriented scenes.
That's so awesome. So awesome.
Thanks, Abby.
Yeah, definitely is. I feel like we could talk punk rock and hardcore all day. I'm gonna go listen to Fugazi right after this.
Yeah, do.
Yeah. I was on a Bad Brains kick like 3 days ago. I just like
The greatest. Yeah.
That's what I'm putting on while in the morning. That's what I put on.
Yeah.
Really loud music in the morning.
Yeah.
I have to ask you for one favor. Can you give a shout out to my sister Audra, who will listen to this because she is the best.
Hi, Audra. I'm Buick Audra. Let's be friends. Let's find each other. I just want to say that my mom gave me my second. So Audra is my middle name, actually. I just use it publicly as my last name. And she gave me Audra in case I could not handle Buick. Like in case who knows? I was a Republican barrister with a powdered wig. We don't know, guys. We don't always know how people are going to turn out. And so she gave me Audra as like a fallback name, but it's kind of great. I feel like when I use my first and second name together, people can tell I'm a woman. because
Yeah.
Buick on its own is indescribable. Like, what's happening? Yeah. A lot of
Yeah.
people don't think that's my first name. Like, people will meet me and be like, "Hey, Audra," and I'm like, "Nope, it's the other word, the first one." Buick comes first.
I feel like you own it.
Yeah, you do.
Thanks.
You know, like when you meet someone, they look like they fit the name perfectly.
Thanks.
Maybe that's like an artistic thing or creative thing. But I was gonna say my sister Audra, she's had her name butchered for
Yeah.
Audrey forever. So
Yeah, Audra's not that common. I've
Yeah.
met maybe 2 or 3 others in my lifetime that are full-fledged Audras. Yeah, that's their first name.
she was named after some actress. We
Yeah,
all
same.
yeah.
Same. That I think my mom heard the name from some actress, like some TV actress, maybe. Is that the same? Yeah, I don't know what the story is with that. I still don't know who that was, but she liked the name and I think liked that it wasn't Audrey,
Yeah.
you know, that it had a little more mystery to it.
Do you have a nickname?
No,
No.
people just call me Buick, but my brother, whose name is Bowie, calls me Bew.
Bew. That's cool.
Bew and Bo.
Bew and Bo. His first name is Bowie.
Yeah, but my mom spelled it like Joey, so it's Boey. And
Okay.
he gets to just get away with being like, yeah, I'm Bo, and not have like a 15-minute conversation about his name like his older sister.
Yeah. I'm sorry we harped on it so much.
No, it's great. You guys are great. First of all, you didn't ask me if I was conceived in a Buick, and I cannot tell you the number of men like in my lifetime that have been like, "Oh, were you conceived in the back of a Buick?" I'm like, you just asked me where my parents had sex. This is our first interaction. You've just asked me.
It didn't even cross my mind.
That speaks well of you.
Yeah, it didn't even cross my mind. It wasn't even like I edited it out. I just didn't pop in there.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
good stuff.
You know. Well, thank you so much, Buick Audra. Everyone, just go listen to her music, go support her, go follow her on all the social media. We can't thank you enough. This has been so much fun.
Thank you.
Every time you use a plastic bag for
The Monty.
you'll think of us.
I will. I know. I can't wait to speak to you guys again. Let me know if you watch Spotlight.
Yes, we will.
Even KIT.
KIT. This is great. Thanks so much.
Thanks, both of you. Lovely to meet you.
You too. Take care.
Bye.
When it all comes down at the end of life, when it all falls down like rain, still the victim of some pain. And I think I hate you. Here's a pretty sad song to sedate you as I shift myself to